Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back here on the bridge, and today, yes, we got some things to go over from the Star Trek Online X feed, so on screen. Yes, captains, before we get into this video, do us a huge favor and hit that like button. But also, if you're new here, well, welcome. Consider subscribing to the YouTube bridge, where we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains to share our love, passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now, with that said, here we go, caps. You already saw the thumbnail. You know the ECs are going to be dropped, so that's what we're going to do, and then at the end give our conclusion. But first up, so captains on Xbox and PlayStation can make quick progress with our double XP event this week. Go ahead here, so double experience event. So again, for the console captains, so attention, we're doubling our efforts to give captains the necessary experience to deal with threats to the galaxy. So from April 8th, which will be tomorrow, from the release of this video, up until April 12th on Xbox and PlayStation, players will be able to enjoy twice the experience. But during the event, content that provides skill points and expertise will reward a 100% 2 times bonus above normal amounts. This bonus will be available for all content that rewards skill points and expertise. So there you go. Quick ECs on that, actually. So I always have used this in the past, especially with my what I call nightly paperwork, which is my doffing and or admiralty. This actually does help with leveling up tunes pretty quick, especially if you've already gotten access to those systems. So just a heads up there for my console caps. But here we go. Now, yesterday we released a video here for the first contact event reward, as it was one of the wallpapers there in Star Trek Online, the loading screens. And now we finally have the actual blog. So we're gonna go over it here. So the first contact day event returns to Star Trek Online on all platforms tomorrow. Join the festivities and earn this year's new reward. I really hope sometime in the future that DECA can actually have the events all just lined up 100%, to be honest. I say that because as a captain who has an account on PC and on console, whenever I do one event on PC, well, I'm doing it again on console, like probably in a month's time, which makes it feel that much longer. I'd rather it be at the same time so that at least it can be done at the same time. But I don't know if I did hear something in the past where there's a reason why it's delayed, but it's not like they can't do it. And here's a prime example. First contact day, well, even the summer event, winter event, it's all done at the same time. But anyways, I digress. We go over the blog right here. I do love this wallpaper, to be honest. So first contact day. So it's time to once again celebrate our first step into the stars. So happy first contact day, which is already passed, but whatever. Happy first contact day. Captain Star Trek Online is pleased to once again invite you to join us for the first contact day celebration starting on PC and console. Again, April 8th, that's the drop of this video, will be tomorrow, and continue until April 29th. Join the festivities by competing with 4 other players to build and launch our very own Phoenix rocket, traveling back to April 4th, 2063 to thwart the Borg's efforts to prevent the historic event, or participating in the recreation of the synth attack on Mars. Once per day, any activity will grant daily progress toward the grand prize, the Hangar Pets Federation Mission Scout ship. So I was hoping when we were going over that news that it was going to be a flyable ship, but no, it's Hangar Pets. I'm actually pretty happy and okay with that because the ship itself looks pretty cool, but we'll go over that in a bit here. So keep reading to reveal what activities and prizes await those who join us to celebrate first contact day. So of course, look at that. So manufacturing descent. So synth wave returns. One of my favorite TFOs, actually. The synths working on Mars have rebelled, flying in orbit above the red planet, working with a team of fellow captains to do as much good as possible before you are overrun in the synth wave TFO. The fate of Utopia Planitia hung in the balance. Perhaps your insight will help us tip the scales if we are tested again someday. So I like this because there's more of an aspect of trying to save people, and you get to fuse at the same time too, so it keeps you busy. It is the longest of the sort of activities you can do, but if you wanted to get your space on and maybe save a couple citizens, well, there you go, there's that. Next up, so visit historical Bozeman. So the Borg continue their implacable advance, only this time the battlefield is across time and not space. So temporal abnormalities have prompted Daniels to slap together an away team to go back to mid-21st century Earth, where the Borg have altered the timeline to ensure that they succeed in their previously foiled plan to stop first contact between Earth and Vulcan. They'll team up with 7 of 9 and discover what the Borg have done to alter the timeline, and then they do everything you can do to correct it. Just make sure not to do more damage to the timelines than the Borg already have. So this particular one is like one of my favorite ground missions, and I really wish that it would like stay, but it's fun. You get to fuse the Borg right quick. It's shorter than the actual TFO, but you get to fuse a lot of Borg on the ground, and there's some cool sights there too in that patrol mission. So there's that. So modeling rocketry. So alternatively, if battling robot zombies isn't your cup of Earl Grey, you can participate in the good old Phoenix rocket launch competition. We hope you enjoy the friendly rivalry as you scramble to gather parts and assemble the best rocket under the watchful eye of an enormous marvel, Dr. Cochrane himself. So this is also pretty easy. I'm not saying you can AFK this, but people have. But sometimes it's just fun to do because it's just really quick and easy. So there's that. Now, here we go. The event rewards, and this is what we're here for. So a bunch of badges. Again, I think I've completed all that. So completing any of these participating activities once per day per account will earn you a first contact day badge box. Opening this box will grant players the opportunity to choose between 17 comm badges as account-wide unlocks. Once unlocked, these immediately become accessible from any tailor for any Federation character on your entire account. So daily progress is also earned once per day per account for the first completion of either participating activity. Keep earning progress to earn your way toward the completion of the first contact day event. Upon reaching 14 days of progress, you will become eligible to claim the grand prize, and it includes the following items. So, and there is the ship again. It's a great looking ship, I'm not gonna lie. And again, that's why I thought we would have an ability to kind of fly it, because the ship I was thinking of the last video was the Aquarius. Is probably a little bigger than this, but it'd be kind of cool if it was also flown this. Now, of course, this was from Star Trek Insurrection. I said in the video Resurrection, but it's Insurrection. Silly goose. And as you can see here, that's a picture we used on the thumbnail, but it's a really cool looking scout ship. And again, Data is the one that used this when he was going all crazy and haywire there. Glad it's in game, and we get to have it for free as a pet. How cool is that? So here you go. So hangar pets. So Federation mission scout ship. Keep reading for more details on this reward. So first contact day bundle contains all the following. So 1 captain specialization point, 25,000 dill ore, of course. So always for that dill, claim it on the tune that you want to refine it on, if that matters to you. To me, it does. So there's that. The launch toy rocket, social device, of course, and the hollow emitter Phoenix shuttle. I have so many of these on my tunes, it's not even funny. Now, here you go. Hangar pets, Federation mission scout ship. So this package contains training manuals for bridge officers and hangar pets that feature the single pilot starship and developed by Starfleet during the late 24th century. So training manuals. So this is also going to be a BOF ability from the sounds like it. So each mission scout ship bridge officer training manual contains the necessary instructions to allow one bridge officer to make use of an entirely new ability in space combat. Opening this package will reward you with 3 training manuals of different ranks. After obtaining these training manuals, you may choose to add the associated skill to a bridge officer of your choice by visiting the skills tab. So the ability module you obtain will be the following. So Federation mission scout ship, single target damage and debuff. Deploy Federation mission scout ships that damage and debuff its targets. This package also contains the elite Federation mission scout ship hangar pets and hangar pets. So that's quite interesting. Now, what does these bad boys have? Well, the elite Federation mission scout ships equipment and abilities. So 360-degree phaser beam arrays. There's 2 of those, and 360-degree photon torpedoes, which we need on starships. I'm just saying. I mean, okay, there is one, but you can only use it with ships that have experimental weapon, and that's I forget what it's called, something warhead, but it's from the Mirador. It's an experimental weapon. It just fires dual photon torpedoes, so that's pretty cool. It also has Tractor Beam 3 and Aceton Beam 2, faster than standard runabout. So of course is the Elite Federation mission scout ship. So that's cool. I don't think these are going to trump, or it doesn't sound like they're going to trump the actual king of the shuttles right now, which is the the Type 7 shuttles. Now, of course, that is from the Awani, from the 14th anniversary. That's these bad boys here. And of course, why these are so good is because it comes with attack pattern beta. So that is pretty good to have. But in the looks department, this wins. So I feel like this is definitely adding more to your pet builds, because not only will you be able to have this, but also a bridge officer ability, which is pretty cool to have as a new power. I think going forward, we definitely need more bridge officer abilities, different ones. They don't have to be all meta. You know, it's about having fun, and it sounds like I'm going to be having fun with this, and maybe some of you captains too who love their pet builds will be able to deploy 2 of these possibly on your build if you have a hangar, along with if you train a buff for this. So there's that. So launch toy rocket, of course, celebrate the historic launch of the Phoenix year-round with a special device. On activation, it places the model in front Phoenix in front of you and quickly launches to the sky. That's pretty fun, actually. And then you also get a hollow emitter Phoenix shuttle, special hollow emitter for your shuttles and fighters that will make your ship look like a Phoenix. This device is an unlimited duration, unlike those provided by the Ferengi. Of course, is the bonus to lithium rewards. Earning the grand prize from this event for every character on your account is as simple as participating in any of the eligible activities over the course of its run. But remember that completing a 14-day requirement isn't necessarily the end of the rewards you can earn. Additionally, daily progress also grants you scaling the lithium ore bonus rewards. After you have claimed the grand prize, you'll receive 8,000 lithium ore for each bonus completion. So on the day you claim this prize, and I don't think I've ever mentioned this, do the event again. Why? Well, because you can get your first 8,000 K. You don't have to wait the next day. You can actually do it right away. And of course, we recommend keep doing it, because not only you get the lithium ore, but you also get marks. So for newer captains, with these marks, you can build up your reputation, and you can get a good stockpile, and even until the next event. Again, for my newer captains, of course, my vet captains already know the drill. I have so many marks, I don't even know what to do with them. Oh, other than turning them into lithium ore, really, to be honest. But there is the buyout event, of course, as well, if you want. So it'll be 2,000. Of course, the more you do it, the less that'll become. I suggest to actually just do the event if you can, captains. This is pretty quick. If anything, either do the Bozeman or just the model rocket. I think it's like less than 5 minutes, to be honest. So that's just saved resources and just more time invested in getting this kind of cool reward. I'm not gonna lie. Many people may not like it because it's not, the next hottest meta thing, but you know what? I like it. I'm all for it. Would have been cool if it was a ship that we can fly, but we'll take it. We'll take it. So we celebrate that what we have, remember what we lost, and prepare for change to come. Wonder and challenge come in equal measure when the old order passes into the new. It begins with first contact. So there you go, captains. That is the latest. That is the update. That is the new information on the reward for first contact day. I'm super excited. I am going to definitely mess with it and see what we can do with it in terms of adding it to our carrier builds. As some of you already know, I'm just kind of a noob when it comes to pet builds, but whenever I've done them, they're pretty fun. Of course, we did one recently on the Ark Royal, and that's just fun to see a whole, literally like fleet with you. You're like a solo fleet. And adding this is just going to look cool. On top of this, and with the Valkyrie fighters, oof, that's going to look pretty sick. So something like the Valkyrie fighters, the Elite Valors, and then put this as a bridge officer ability, you have those 3 at your command. So again, having all the ideas come out because we're just excited. So that's gonna be the video. Caps, do us a favor, hit the like button to help the video, to help the overall channel out. Of course, comment below, let us know what you think of the reward. Subscribe here to the YouTube Bridge if you're not, and we'll leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.